View sheet G's product rule. I'm going to take each part, this to be U, and this part V. We've got to then differentiate both parts. So if we differentiate U to get du dx, we'll end up with 8 times 3 is 24 x squared. Differentiating this part here gives us the 5 is just going to disappear. Here, remember, it's like having a 1 in front of the x, so we're going to have 4 times by minus 1 is minus 4x. Take 1 of the power, go to the power of 3. Following what we're given in the poster, just here then, we're going to multiply across like that and put into this formula just here. So to start with, I've got u, which is 8 x to the power of 3 times by dv dx, so times by minus 4 x cubed plus d, just here, 5 minus x to the power of 4 times by du dx, which is here, 24 x squared. So that will give me dy dx. Just going to tidy this up a little bit. Dy dx, bring this minus sign out to the front. So I'm going to have minus, I'll times the 4 by the 8 to give me 32. X to the power of 6. And just here, this term here, I'm going to bring the 24x squared to the front, 5 minus x to the power of 4. Leaving it in this form most of the time, it's absolutely fine. Make sure though you include these brackets. If these brackets weren't here, it would look like 8x cubed take away 4x cubed, which is not the same thing. So make sure when you put each term in, your u and your dv dx, you keep those brackets. Question 2. Have this part to be my u and this part to be my v. So differentiating x to the power of 3 gives me 3x squared. Differentiating e to the x gives me e to the x. Following this pattern, I'm replacing it into this formula. I'm going to have u, which was x cubed, keeping it in brackets, times by dv dx e to the x plus v, also e to the x du dx, 3x squared. So dy dx is given. Just going to tidy it up a little bit, and I'm going to bring the second term, I'm going to bring this 3x squared to the front, just so it follows the same pattern for each term. It's good if you're happy to get to this stage just here, and this is just a little bit more tidying up. You could do an extra stage and take e to the x out as a factor, So if I've taken e to the x out of here, I'm left with x cubed. If I take e to the x out of this term, I'm left with 3x squared. Question 3. I'll have this part as my u, and this part as v. That's here and here. So to start with then, if I differentiate the u part, 3 times 2 is 6, take 1 off the power, 6x squared. Differentiating the v, cos goes to minus sine 3x. Remember, this 3 needs to also come to the front, so minus 3 sine 3x. Following this pattern from here and replacing these values like this gives me dy dx equals u, which was 2x cubed, times by dv dx minus 3 sine 3x. Make sure you keep your brackets in here, plus v, which was cos 3x, times by du dx 6x squared. That's all the process done, and now I'm just going to tidy it up. Dy dx, I'm going to bring this minus 3 out to the front, and 3 times by the 2 give me 6. So minus 6 x cubed sine 3x. That's my first term. And here I'm going to move this term to the front just so it matches up with my first term. 6x squared cos 3x. I could factorise it further, but we'll leave it there. Question 4 looks slightly different, same process. All of this here is my u, and so this part here will be v. Differentiating u then, I get 6x. To differentiate the v part, e to the minus 5x remains the same. Remember, this minus 5 needs to come down to the front, so I'm going to have minus 5e to the minus 5x. Follow the pattern that I'm given here, putting it into this. Dy dx equals u, keep the brackets, times by dv dx, which is minus 5e to the minus 5x, plus v e to the minus 5x du dx. That's the process finished. I'm just going to tidy up on this last line. I'm going to move this minus 5e to the minus 5x to the front. Keep this part in the bracket, because that plus 2 is also multiplied by it. And I'm going to bring the 6x to the front, so I can get rid of the brackets there. Last question then, question 5. This will be my u, and this part just here, my v. We need to differentiate both of those. So the u, remember this minus 6 needs to come down to the front. So I'm going to have minus 6 times 7, 42e to the minus 6x, that part remaining the same. Differentiating sine, so sine goes to cos, 2x part remains the same. Remember this 2 needs to get moved to the front as well, so I'll have 2 cos 2x. Follow the pattern that you're given here and substitute it in here. y dx equals u, which was 7e to the minus 6x, times by dv dx, 2 cos 2x plus v sine 2x, times by du dx, times by minus 42e to the minus 6x. Just going to tidy that up. Divide dx. I've got a 7 here and a 2 here, so I'm going to multiply those two together to give me 14e to the minus 6x cos 2x. Got this minus sign here, so I'm going to bring that to the front. Minus 42e to the minus 6x sine 2x.